Thank you to the Patreon supporters of the What We Remember podcast. Sarah P., a.k.a. Situational Daddy on Instagram. Elio, Sandy and Paul J., Nathan E., Jacqueline M., Matthew J., and Big Time Jim. Help support our show by going to patreon.com/whatweremember. Supporting us helps us do our side podcasts. We are currently reviewing all of Star Wars The Mandalorian. And don't forget about Andy Loves Chips. We appreciate the support, and thanks. But whatever, we're here not to talk about anything that's
I'm here to talk about our
real
garbage
life.
movies.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about a real movie.
Why do you care about our lives? You want to hear?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Why do I care about your life?
My
Because
neck.
you're my best friend, Brad.
I'm like cranking my neck because the microphone, you know?
Yeah, this
It's like-
microphone is all
like
kinds of-
Yeah,
cranking it.
you're cocking it to the side.
I'm cocking it. I'm full cock right now.
Woo. No, you're going full
That could
Monty.
be in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Cock?
Yeah.
A doodle do?
There's a bunch of wing wangs. That's right.
Ooh, some cocky butcha?
And a lot of body hair.
Well, on that note, my name is Bradley Jones.
My name is Scandrew Moldenhauer.
My name is Andy Hubert.
And this is not a movie review podcast, but a podcast where we try to remember a movie that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. And this is what we remember about... Hold on. I need the full title. I wrote it down. I need the full title. Hold on.
No, you got to do the full title.
I gotta do the full title.
long.
I gotta do the
It's
full
so
title.
long.
Hold on. Are you holding on?
Yeah, we're holding. I can't hold
I'm
too
in
much
a holding
longer.
pattern.
Hold on. Wait, it's not there anymore.
Hut.
Oh,
Hut.
it's on the other. it's on-
10:43.
Have you checked IMDb?
10:43. Hut.
I'm gonna look at
Hut, hut.
IMDb real quick.
Okay, that's gonna take a moment.
Yeah.
Internet's slow.
Hold
We're
on.
rural.
I need the full title.
Make movie, film, cultural learnings
Oh,
of
yeah.
America for
Make
glorious nation,
of
Kazakhstan.
There you go. That's it. That's
That's
the
so
intro
close.
to use.
Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan.
Were there 2 or 3 bad guys in Home Alone? And who was that forgetful fish in Finding Nemo? Join us as we're watching films. See what we remember and what memories we kill. Let's start the show. Here we go. This is what we remember.
You had to scroll.
That was close.
You had to scroll. We were pretty close.
We were close.
That's not bad. That's not bad considering.
That was like 85% there.
Woo! This movie was a phenomenon.
It was
A not.
not.
How much is that? How much is that are you gonna deal with?
Like-
people?
Oh god, just
Every
the
so
one
often,
joke.
yeah, you just
Yeah.
have one of
Trailer.
those movies that just take over the zeitgeist. Like you
Oh,
have Borat,
it's
you have a
loaded.
Napoleon Dynamite, you have
An Anchorman.
yeah, you have these movies where everyone quotes everything for it for like 2 years, and then no one wants to watch that movie again for like 10 years, which is exactly almost
That's
the amount of
perfect,
time
though.
they gave it. Yeah,
That's perfect. That's as much as you need to see it, and it's huge, and
Oh, yeah.
no one sees it ever again
there's
until they make a
something-
sequel.
Right.
Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
Oh, that no.
Perfect. All right,
That
that's what
one?
we
Is that
remember
the
about
sequel?
Austin
I'm
Powers.
just saying,
Inter-
it's the
wait.
same sort of thing. Filters the zeitgeist.
Yes, it's actually true. The Austin Powers
I
movies
see.
for sure
Yeah.
have the same idea. Yeah.
So this movie came out in 2006, I believe, and I remember with 4, 5 of my friends, we were all like, "Oh, this movie's coming out. It's Friday night. This movie looks hilarious. How can we not see this?
Friday night on the town with the boys.
Let's go out to the theater." And this is before you buy tickets on your phone. No one was really doing it that way then.
Because we only had the iPhone 2 at that time, guys. Okay, cut us some slack.
We didn't even have the iPhone by then. iPhone came out the next year.
Did it? I thought
Yeah.
iPhone was like 2005 year. I think you're
7.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So get to the end where it's sold out.
Oh, right.
Hey! The movie was sold out! There was nowhere to... It wasn't sold out, though. We actually were able to
There's
buy
some seats in there.
tickets.
It's like a dunce and checks
But
in
we
scenario.
went in, and it was literally like pick and choose because you're not sitting together.
Yeah.
There's like
Oh.
one there, and there's
Yep.
one in that side, and there's one there, and no one's sitting close together.
So not exactly a dunce and checks in scenario.
So, yeah, we had to go back and take our tickets and say, hey, we can't sit together, so we need a refund.
'Cause
And
you're
we
the
couldn't
best
see it
buds.
that night, and it was sad. That was sad.
If you truly cared about this film, Andy, you would have
But
seen
that's
it in your seats.
how, like,
Popular.
the only other movie I remember going to that had that big of an audience and was packed was Cloverfield.
Oh yeah,
Mine was
yeah.
Harry Potter, one of the Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
That's true.
Yeah,
I've been to-
yeah,
I've
I
been-
never
That
watched
was
those
probably
at
the
the theater.
biggest. I'm
All
sure.
3 of the Star Wars films,
I-
prequels.
I
No.
almost always try to
No,
avoid
not for me.
any opening weekend for any movie because I hate the crowds. But yeah, I've been to one Harry Potter on like an opening weekend. It wasn't my choice, but it was still fun because I like Harry Potter. And then, I think one of the prequels. I think episode 2 or 3. I went to the theaters.
3 was massive.
I think I saw 3 like 4 times in theaters, and the first
I
time was
think
on
I
like
saw
opening
3
weekend.
with you.
Yeah, well, you
believe
probably did.
so.
I saw, like I said, I saw it 4 times with a bunch of
Pretty
different
sure
people.
I did.
Day After Tomorrow, for whatever reason, was like a giant
Oh,
movie when I
man.
went to see that.
We saw that one for a class, I think. Andy.
Yeah,
Was it a class?
that's it. Yeah, I saw it in school. Yeah.
We should go to a movie, guys. Why have we been to a movie in so long? Let's just
Yeah,
go.
what's up with that?
I wonder if the line's still long right
hold
now.
on, it's been a while.
Hold on.
Where's Tenet?
Hold on, hold your horses.
Is Tenet out yet? Let's go see it.
I want to see Dirty Grandpa or
What?
War with Grandpa? What's it called?
No, yeah, there's a
War with Grandpa?
War with Grandpa.
What is that, Dennis the Menace 2?
Yeah, essentially. Like Robert De Niro comes home for the holidays and like he takes like the little boy's room and the boy has to go to the attic and then the boy's all upset so he has a war with Grandpa.
So let me get this straight. You want me to help you and your buddies, to help beat up your grandson and his buddies because the two of you can't figure out some way to live in the same house?
Well, when you put it like that.
Oh, wow.
War with Grandpa.
It's a real film. that came
Diary
out
of a Wimpy
recently.
Kid.
It came out
And then he
recently.
has War with Grandpa.
War with Grandpa.
Oh, boy.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about Borat.
Oh, that's
Very
right.
So let's
nice.
talk about this. So, who is in a Borat?
So Sacha Baron Cohen had his show before this, right?
Yeah. This figure skater, Sacha
And this
Cohen.
character came from that
The Ali G show?
right?
Yeah.
The character came from that show?
The Ali G show, yep. Yeah, so the Ali G show had the 3 characters.
That was on what, MTV?
HBO?
No, that was a BBC type show.
Or BBC?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Ali G, Borat, and Bruno were the main characters of that show.
Yeah.
That show frustrated me because he seemed mean. He seemed like it was a mean man, that Ali G. He made fun of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he was like meant to be a dumb
mean,
guy who
Borat
was
makes
asking
makes fun of himself more than
Yeah,
Ali
that
G
was weird
does.
because this was, sort of pre-cringe genre stuff. Like this was, well, I mean, that existed, but not to the extent it does now, not as its own sort of own brand of comedy almost. But
Yeah, I think YouTube came out like this year. Like,
and
there was no TikTok.
Like, yeah, this
What was there to
so
cringe?
the Ali G was one of those first shows that really grabbed
you feel
onto
uncomfortable?
that. Yeah, and it was only later did we, when we got like the Eric Andre show, Nathan For You, did it become like kind of its own huge
Oh,
explosion
sure.
of genre. But this was really one of those original shows that kind of went into that.
it was kind of in
I
like
don't know.
the
To Catch a
Jackass.
Predator is pretty bad too, Andy. That's cringy.
He's got
Come
me
on,
there.
come
Have
on.
you guys seen
That came
60
out-
Minutes? Cringe.
Cringe.
Jerry Springer?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Jackass, I feel like.
But this is
was
like
the
on the
yeah,
comparison.
spot.
Jackass was pretty. Yeah.
You're on the spot a little bit. He sets up the interview. You think you're talking to someone competent because they set it up that way.
Then he
and
goes off
then
the rails.
Comes in his
the
tracksuit
rug
with
gets
his do-rag.
pulled underneath. The rug's been pulled.
Is there like a general premise? Is he trying to specifically do something in this film?
Yeah.
He does in the sequel.
In
he
this
for sure
film?
is. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this film, what is he doing in this film?
This film.
He's going to DC at some point, right?
Well, you mean talking about like the actual premise that's within the movie? Of
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
just-
Yeah. What's
so,
the
yeah.
storyline?
What's
So
the setup?
He's a
between the
reporter
bits?
in Kazakhstan.
So
He's
he is
coming to the
convinced-
U.S.
Yeah, he's convinced the Kazakhstan government to fund him to travel across the U.S. to learn about
America.
to help improve Kazakhstan. But his real reason that he wants to go and the reason he got them to fund his trip is because he wants to meet Pamela Anderson.
Okay, there you go.
He wants to meet Pamela.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
I saw an article the other day that was like, Borat was the reason why Tommy Lee Jones and Pamela Anderson split, or whoever it was. I don't know.
Yep.
And I was like,
I saw the
God,
Us
I
Weekly on your
forgot.
counter. You can just say it was your Us
I
Weekly.
love the idea that it was
Don't
Tommy Lee
look!
Jones.
Don't look! Don't look!
You get it weekly. I don't get it. How much info is going to be changed in a week? You know.
Well, with the way things are going, you need to know what's happening with the celebrities.
That's true.
Why?
Because I'm bored.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
Oh boy.
So other than the
I
just
forgot about that completely. The Pamela Anderson thing.
Oh, sure. The non-stop references that everybody quotes, all the freaking quotables in this film.
Quotables.
It's a quote and quotables.
It's full of quotes.
You can't stop the quotes.
A kokibucha.
Uh-huh.
A wawa weewa.
My wife.
My wife.
Very nice.
Very nice. Yakshamash.
Oh yeah.
My name is Borat.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. All
the time, non-stop. The running of the Jew.
the running of the Jew. Yeah.
Wawa
Wawa wee wow.
Uh-huh. Does he call sex something? Is there a name for sex?
Make sex with my wife.
Make a sex with my wife. Huh?
I like that you guys are just getting progressively more Italian with your
It
Borats.
sounds
It's
good.
good. I
Sounds
like
kind of
it.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
How does this movie start?
He's in Kazakhstan.
Oh yeah, it starts with him in Kazakhstan,
And there's a bunch of sheep.
He
and
introduces
little
his
kids,
village.
and yeah.
and you get to meet his sister.
And he's the #1 reporter.
And his sister's what, the number 3 prostitute in all of Kazakhstan?
The misogyny is full tilt.
Oh, the lines
Oh,
are
yeah.
right
great.
up there. On purpose to make you.
Oh,
you
we get
understand
the
how
running
bad
of the
it
Jew
is.
bit with the whole thing.
I remember reading that whole village was so pissed.
Oh yeah.
They were so
They
pissed.
thought that they got used.
Yes.
That's everyone that was in this movie.
Yeah.
They all got used. They all
Oh,
did. They did not know.
My favorite bit is just at the end when he leaves the village and he gets in a car and then the car they pan out and it's being pulled by a donkey. It's not actually on wheels.
Wow.
It's a car shell on a cart.
Sure.
But he's just skewering, Americans'
a-
perceptions with other countries and other countries' perceptions.
Yeah,
of
I mean
America.
the meta narrative is exactly basically exposing the thin line of prejudices that exist within Americans all over the place.
Right,
Just
because this is still a little after September 11th, and
What happened on September 11th?
okay,
I don't remember.
Okay, that's we're gonna have to unpack that question.
I think I forgot. I just forgot.
Ooh.
okay. Well, that happens.
Well,
I mean, it's not like you can never forget something.
something bad happened.
Episode 2?
Yep. And then, I mean, so people had prejudice, and they still do it, obviously.
Oh,
but it shifts.
Come on.
It shifts.
Yeah, you're totally right.
It shifts, and at that time, it really, really hardcore against Muslim people, and still is.
You think you'd
And
change.
that's what they're bringing out in this movie.
You think in 15 years society would change a little, It would get nudged in the right direction, but
Sometimes it's
Instead
slow.
it goes in the other direction.
doesn't go in there.
Sometimes
wanted
it's slow.
to.
Yeah.
But what isn't slow is this movie.
No,
Builds
it
and
picks up
builds.
fast,
And
he's got a manager, right?
Yeah,
His
right,
producer.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This
Producer?
this balding man.
Yeah.
Who's always sweaty.
He's so
he looks like a
hairy,
walrus
too.
that got a wish granted to be human.
Yeah.
Sure.
I remember.
Yep.
I feel
I
like
was trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
Did it land?
No, it's accurate.
I think I remember reading a
Accurate.
story that talked about when that dude went in for his audition for the role, and he went in and just started yelling in his audition in a made up language, and Sacha Baron Cohen and his casting director and producer all just thought he was genuinely a foreign dude that got lost or something and how somehow ended up here or and then tried to escort him out, and then finally at the end he was and that's what I would bring to your movie. And they were hired.
So does that mean he knew that that's what they were looking for? They were doing an improv
I mean, I have to
movie?
believe they gave you a bit of a taste in the casting call or whatever, right?
So what is and isn't real is never revealed in the
Yes.
film. You don't know what is set up and what is just happening in front of your eyes.
Yeah,
you have
don't
an
know.
idea, though.
You can have an inkling.
Yeah.
You know that the girl that plays the prostitute, she's an actress. She's been in other stuff. So you know that, but then there's other scenes where it's clear, they have a dinner party scene.
Oh yeah.
All those people have never acted, and they're genuine.
Yep.
You can kind of tell they have a thin plot that they're pushing along.
Yes. And
With
Borat's
certain characters.
He's telling you, he narrates the film as it goes, right?
Yep. I think so.
He stays in that hotel room a lot as well.
He starts at the hotel room.
Okay.
I think he's never flown before, I imagine. So that's got to
Yes.
be something.
He probably comes on a boat. Doesn't he come over on a boat?
No, he's got to fly, right?
He's got to fly.
Fly
doesn't
with, there's a bunch of
Like an
chickens.
eagle.
A bunch of chickens in the
he comes on a boat in the second one.
He does
yeah.
have chickens in his suitcase.
right.
Can he declare that? Does he declare
And
it?
his currency is not, of normal value and things. He always tries to barter and trade and whatnot.
Yeah, he goes to buy a car
Oh, yeah.
and doesn't have enough money.
Oh my god!
Do you guys remember what kind of car he wants to buy originally?
Corvette? Something that Pam Anderson would
Mustang?
like.
I think the Corvette. He does look at a Corvette, but I think what he really wants to get is a Hummer, like an H2 Hummer,
Oh.
a real big American
Ooh,
car.
Yeah,
That's so 2006.
but he ends up with a mail truck.
Yes, because he realizes he has like no money, or he ends up with an ice cream truck.
Ice cream truck. That's what it is. And then he puts the chickens in the back.
He's kind of like Balky Bartakamoose from Perfect Strangers.
See, you wanted to bring this. This is the reason why we did this podcast. It's been 4
just wanna
and a
talk
half
about, like-
years, and
I
he
just wanna
finally
talk-
got to this
so
point where he
Bronson-
could start talking about this one
was either
show
gonna be-
that he really, really
It
loves.
was either going to be this or Beverly Hills Cop. We got to this one first.
right? I'm surprised we have not done that movie.
But the idea, also like Lockie from Taxi, the made-up foreigner, fictional character.
Sure.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this is just like another extension of that character, of that person, of that thing, that concept.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably where he came up with this character, putting those pieces together. Yeah.
Sure. Was he a stand-up comedian, or was this always kind of his thing? Was being like this outrageous
Weird personalities.
character personality?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was I think I was reading that he's just an actor that
Like found his niche.
found
Yeah.
out that this worked.
Because I mean, he's done serious work too. Like him and Sweeney Todd, he's really good
sure.
in that movie. Like, I mean, the movies where
Talladega
he's-
Nights. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
it's
he's a good
funny but
actor.
serious.
He's great
on
in
his
that.
own.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching The Spy, which is
yeah.
it's okay. I haven't quite gotten into it yet, but he's really good in that. That's a completely dramatic role.
Mm-hmm.
He looks kind of slim in it too. Slimmed down a little bit.
Oh, looking fit.
Mm-hmm.
So what's Borat doing? He's hanging out, running naked in hallways.
I mean,
He's eating
so
American food.
in
and
the
going to
hotel. I
places.
remember he drinks out of the toilet.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
that.
Makes sense.
He shaves. I don't know, his pubes or something.
Oh yeah, he's very hairy.
Something like that.
Yep.
He goes to the beach in that singlet thing that everyone thought was popular. Like,
Yep.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
uh,
Borat
thong
Speedo.
thingy,
The
yeah.
Speedo thong.
And up over his shoulders.
Yeah, that's like the Halloween costume.
The
of
dick
2006.
straps.
I mean, they bring it back for the cover art for the new movie.
They
Sure.
do.
It's the mask.
Oh God. So ridiculous.
It's really funny.
That is really good. It's a good callback.
What's the producer guy like sits on his face with his butt, and I don't remember
sure.
exactly why.
They have
They have a fight.
they have
They have
a
a
big
fight, and they're rolling around, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Your balls are my face," and then they show his balls.
Oh yeah.
There's
Pretty
male
sure.
nudity.
I don't know if it's real.
And then I'm pretty sure it is. They commit because then they go through like
He
the
put
entire hotel. naked.
literally, his balls are on his face.
Yep.
Is this rated?
R.
Oh, this is
for
def-
sure.
this is
R.
for sure.
Not
R.
rated.
This-
Well,
yeah.
maybe it was like the unrated
I'm
version.
sure there's an
NC-17?
unrated version that came out. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 extra seconds of unrated footage to get that label on the DVD. Mm-hmm. Which this movie, I mean, have to imagine did crazy on home video.
Oh, for
Oh.
sure.
Oh my
Huge.
gosh, this is
I rented it.
If you're gonna get an
DVD?
unrated
2006?
DVD movie in that year, yeah,
You'd be
you're getting this one.
stupid not to rent this movie, dog.
Oh, you haven't seen this Borat film? We gotta watch it.
It's
Oh.
very nice.
It's very good.
My wife.
My way.
Oh man.
I do remember that he is hitchhiking and is picked up by a bunch of college students on like an RV.
Yeah, a bunch of frat bros in like
They're
an
in a
RV.
motorhome. Remember that?
The-
Is he in Texas? Maybe. Is
I'm
it?
not sure if he's there or if he's
Ohio?
further. I feel like he's on the way
Yeah.
to California, so he's somewhere in like the Midwest when they pick him up. I feel like
I would assume
But
he likes
No,
to make.
he's on his way to DC. I thought
that's the first half of the movie.
that's where he starts.
So the first half is he goes to
a road trip movie.
He starts in New York because that's where you have to be in the U.S. You got to go to New York, and then he goes to DC and he has like a meeting with like an ambassador, like a real ambassador, and or something like that. And eventually, basically, like the fight that happens in the hotel is when his producer realizes what his actual plan is
His
and
goal
why
is.
he's there.
Yeah.
So they have a
Okay.
fight about it and run through the hotel naked, including into like some convention taking place in the hotel ballroom.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's like
And they had,
security
like, cameras
set
set
up
up.
in the ceiling, yeah, catching it all.
just running around.
I do remember once he buys that vehicle, and it's like an unmarked ice cream truck. It's just completely white, and he's driving around DC, and the police definitely pull him over for being a suspicious vehicle. And I think they demand that the camera get shut off.
He loves making fun of Americans, so I'm sure a lot of that happens in there.
Of course.
Yeah.
How can it not?
I'm trying to think of the official events he does, because he does the rodeo, I think.
The southern like debutante.
Yes, the proper
he goes
southern
to a
dinner party.
Yeah,
fancy
where he
dinner
shits
party.
in a plastic bag.
Yes, he does.
And he's like, "Where do you want me to throw this?"
And then the
And
prostitute shows up.
They're like, oh no. Oh yes, and then the prostitute shows up.
Yeah.
That's in like Louisiana, I believe.
yeah,
because they've got like a really strong, maybe Alabama,
something like that.
very southern accent.
That's not bad.
They got a very southern accent.
It's a
down
little
there.
sling blade. A little
I like
Billy
some
Bob.
taters and some tater tots, and
Eventually, just immediately. Now you're just Billy Bob
My
Thornton from Sling
daddy.
Blade. It's not even. You lost the impression there. Yeah, and then the beach. You know, I think we hit all the big ones. He probably goes to like a grocery store, or like a little town.
He gets a
country
bear
store.
at some point.
Probably fights a bear. That makes sense.
He has a bear in the ice cream truck with him. Because at one point, I think when the breaks down or whatever, the bear just like leaves or like.
Oh my god!
And they show the back of like the ice cream truck and it's just like full of bear poop.
Oh no! He just lets a bear loose.
Yeah, I think so.
They must
that
have
happens.
taken
I mean,
care
I'm
of it.
sure. Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a
that was
lot
like
of like legal things in this movie. It's
well, I
like,
was saying a lot of people in this movie definitely sued him after it came out. Definitely the guys that were in the RV, the frat guys.
oh yeah, because they looked racist.
They look super racist.
That's they look really
Super
racist, and I
racist.
remember that being a big thing.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if it was toward a specific group or not. Maybe towards Middle Eastern people.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I don't know. But they were also like really drunk.
They were definitely very.
They
drunk.
were so drunk, and you're gonna speak so freely when you're drunk. It's not good. Not good.
Are women your slaves in Russia?
No. Do you have slaves here?
We
No
wish.
slaves. No
we
slaves.
wish.
It is a shame.
And Borat.
Big
Borat.
shame. Big shame.
It would be better country if...
Yes,
Yeah,
there
but
would be a
Borat-
better country. We should have slaves.
Our country, the minorities actually have more power.
Anyone that is minority has the upper hand. We have the Jews. We have anybody that's against the mainstream.
Do you want to see my new wife?
Yes.
This is my new wife.
Pamela!
You know her?
Pamela, I know of Pamela.
I will take her virgin for the first time.
So yeah, he's like broke, trying to get across, and he finally makes it to
L.A. or where?
LA.
Where's Pam? L.A.
Yep, and she's doing like a autographing event.
Book signing.
Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't even know like the movie is going on or exists or like what.
Yeah,
Borat's
she
even
had to have
doing,
been in
right?
on this.
She
You think
was in on
it? You think
no,
was in on it?
she was.
She was
Oh,
in on
okay.
this, but
Yeah.
she didn't tell any of her people about it.
I
Like,
see.
My understanding is he like secretly plotted this with her directly, and none of her people knew about it. So that when he like straight up throws a bag over her and like runs out of the store with her over his shoulder,
Oh, I forgot.
all
about
the
that.
security people are like genuinely like, "Oh my god!" like trying
That's
to
so
tackle him.
dangerous.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Jeez,
he. Yeah, he
Pete.
didn't.
Just
get,
imagine
like,
if like someone shot you
Oh,
after
boy.
you did that.
Yeah,
Or some, oh, that'd be so scary.
dude, it's insane.
And he's like got like a what does he do? A pillowcase?
Yeah, or like a burlap sack or something. Like,
I remember he's like awkwardly like inching toward her.
yeah,
Right before he does
Pamela,
it.
Pamela, I'm a
Pamela.
big fan. You will be my wife. Oh my gosh! Can't wait to rewatch.
Dang,
this.
I realized
There's a
I
lot of
don't remember.
there's so many things that happen in
I
this
don't
movie.
remember
There's
this
the
movie
big
as
ones, like,
much
so
as
many
I
setups.
the singing the anthem at the rodeo is just one of the most.
Oh, yeah, he's
he's
like,
in the American flag shirt. and he's singing,
Kazakhstan is the great
the quote unquote Kazakhstan anthem to the
nation
tune of the
in
U.S.
world.
anthem.
All other nations are run by little girls.
He's listing like #1 exporter of potassium.
And people do not like it.
Oh man,
They're
he gets
booing.
booed at the rodeo for sure.
Does he have a reconnection moment with his manager? Is it like
He
a
does.
is it a feel good moment?
He has a moment where like him and the manager make amends basically,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how he's able to like get home because he has no money and like no way to get back.
Mm-hmm. Remember, he's in Atlanta at one point because he like runs into
Yeah.
some kids.
He poops on Trump Tower too, or whatever.
Yes.
Oh, he does
Yep,
right when he
yep.
lands in New York.
Oh, in New York. I thought that was in Atlanta for some reason.
Yeah. But I remember he like walks up to some kids and they're like rapping or something like that, and then he like he tells them about his music, which is Kucky Bucha. And he's like a bing bong 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 bong.
It's your favorite.
It's my favorite part.
It's your favorite.
It's my favorite part.
Oh, man.
And the kids loved it too.
Kazakhstan is the greatest country in the world. All other countries are run by little girls. Kazakhstan is #1 exporter of potassium.
How brave do you have to be to do this?
The stunts and the setups and all that stuff.
I would
All of
never
it.
be able to do anything like this.
All of
in
it.
my
How many times are you
life.
getting arrested making this?
Yeah.
And to like be that character for
To
that
be willing
long,
to
too.
like go that far and
Yeah.
like mess with people this much and
live that life, you know.
yeah, because you really do have to inhabit the character to do this kind of thing.
I'm sure he knows how to apply all his own makeup and knows how to do all that stuff just because he has to.
Is this this is low budget? I imagine too.
I can't
I
imagine
don't
it took
know.
much to
I bet
make.
I bet it did cost a lot. I bet it's surprisingly.
Yeah,
not.
that's true.
I mean, I bet it costs a lot, but not like a lot.
I feel like most of that budget just went to the
movies.
legal department.
Yeah, sure.
But
Like
But it is just trying to
maybe
like steal scenes.
20-30 million.
Yeah, about that I'd say. And then it did
And then it
like broke records.
like,
oh my god,
200
yeah.
million.
This,
I don't
this
know.
one, I'm
300,
sure this was like a
400?
10x on that budget.
Something like that.
Everyone loved
It's
this
got to
movie.
be because everyone loved this movie. Also,
This movie made him.
This movie marketed itself too because when all of the people in it realized what was happening, including some important people. Like I think does he interview Giuliani even? Like I know he does in the new one, but I'm wondering
Yeah, I
if he
think
does in the
maybe he
original.
does.
But like all the people that were in this, all the outrage and lawsuits start flying right when the movie's about to come out. So suddenly everyone's like, "Oh, we got to go see the scandalous movie with all the lawsuits," and it's hilarious at the same time. And man, like, what a great concept!
Mm-hmm.
And then he managed to pull it off again.
Yeah.
Like what?
Recently.
Yeah, like not 15 years later. I haven't watched the new one yet.
Like
and
captured
I
in
can't wait.
imagination.
I know I'm absolutely going to because I've
It's
heard
good.
I've
I've
heard it's
seen
better
it.
than the first one.
I've seen it twice now.
I've got to watch it. It sounds. I can't wait. Oh,
We'll see. I don't know if it's better than the first one. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
to
it
go
in
back
a while.
and
yeah.
I feel like this one feels more genuine and like
Yeah.
the physical like film quality will feel more like stolen film. And the new one, it seems like very polished and.
Well, that's not fair,
like,
Brad.
nice
Everyone has
whatever.
everyone's got little tiny black magic cameras now. They can make anything look
It
good.
kind of reminds me when I rented the DVD and I opened it
Oh
up.
yeah, the DVD.
I was like, literally, someone wrote this in Sharpie. I was
worked-
like fooled by it at
Yes.
first.
I was working at Blockbuster
Oh
at the time.
boy, I bet that was a
and
fun
so
day.
many people complained.
I
They
was
would
like,
call you and be like,
I was
"Something's
like,
wrong with my
whoa.
DVD. Like, I think the movie's on there, but I just want you to know that it like has like this writing on it."
Yeah, someone just like burned it and like put
It's
another
like
one in
Yeah.
there.
it's perfect.
Because the
It's
DVD
so
is made
good.
to look like a burned DVD stolen,
It's
like from in the 2000s.
I know. It's
It's from
perfect.
Kazakhstan. They
It
got
was like
afford real DVDs.
they had some amazing, easy, and awesome marketing
They
for this
did.
movie.
Oh man.
You know, and it does sell itself, but like the DVD cover and the tape and then the quality when you pop it in and everything,
Everything is just right.
They-
Like, everything feels exactly
they knew what they
like
wanted
it should.
to make
Absolutely.
of it.
the
Yes.
tone is just
Yes.
set so well.
They get it, and man, they nail it.
And the music's actually pretty fun too along the way. It's a lot of like cymbal crashing music.
Very cool.
It's like little kick bass. Booch, 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 booch,
Hey, I like
booch,
Gorgo
booch,
Badella
booch,
back in the
booch.
2000s.
You will not catch me, gypsy.
I will look on your things. Chips.
I've got these gypsy tears. I will capture your tears, gypsy. Hold still.
Just like blazing his own trail, making original content.
Sleeve of
you know,
wizard.
Yes. I forgot about that line.
Now it hangs.
My wife, Vagine, hang like sleeve of wizard.
Car salesman.
So good.
Oh no. Part of the genius of the character too is that when you play a character like this, it's so much more easy to lull people into a false sense of security and letting them really kind of hang themselves with like their own rope, like give them just enough to like hang themselves. Because man, yeah, like some people when they really get it, like, oh, this guy doesn't understand, so I can just be crazy with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oof.
Yep.
Joke's on you.
America.
America.
What else you want to talk about? Anything else? I kind of want to watch it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
to
the
watch
only
this.
other thing is he goes to like the etiquette guy who, or the slang guy who like teaches
Oh,
him phrases
yeah.
like the very nice and
And the jokes, yeah, that's where he gets the knot.
the not. Yep. Yep. And yeah, let's watch it and see what happens.
Let's do that.
See what we got right and what we got wrong. Part 2 of Borat.
What is a not jokes?
A not joke is when we're trying to make fun of something, and what we do is we make a statement that we pretend is true, but at the end we say not, which means it's not true.
So teach me how to make one.
All right, what color is your suit?
This suit is gray.
Gray, I would call it blue, okay?
It's gray.
All right, it's blue-gray, but it's certainly not black, right? All right. Let's say it's gray, but it's not...
It is gray.
Okay, so a not joke was, I would say, that suit is black. Not.
This suit is not black.
No, not has to be the end.
Okay.
Okay.
This suit is black not.
Welcome back to the part 2 of the Borat podcast. Not.
Oh, we
got
him.
We got it. I was like, that's not how we even do an intro.
I was like, there were so many options, Brad, and you went with none of... Oh, I get it.
I don't know.
I got it. That was American comedy.
So this is going to be a short part 2.
Very short.
Just run down some of the stuff that you missed or got right and you liked or what.
I was surprised at how well this movie's... It makes me laugh the whole time still. Like,
really?
I remember being so exhausted with this when it came out because it really did dominate the zeitgeist. Again, it was like Napoleon Dynamite where everyone talks about it and quotes it for like 2 years and you're like, I never want to hear about this movie again.
I watched this like kind of episodically as if it were on TBS, like taking breaks.
Very funny.
Yeah, it was. But taking breaks like in between, like, and there's definitely like segmented parts where like you can just stop and come back and like not stop, come back.
Yeah. It's a documentary.
It feels like a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have not watched the new one yet, but
get to it.
I know I need to.
It's good. Yeah, I liked the movie. I didn't laugh as much as I.
Were you watching it alone?
I think
that's a problem.
That's true. I watched it like with a bunch of people, and it was like a riot. Like,
yeah,
we were laughing all over
so
again. And I was like, this is. Yeah, I remember laughing like crazy like this when I first watched it. And it's still hilarious. It's still hilarious.
There's a lot that happens. We forgot, like, and not. I mean, it's easy to forget. There's just so much.
There's so many. Well, yeah, the whole thing is like skits almost.
It is
yeah,
skits,
so.
like 5-minute skits.
Yeah,
one after the other. I liked the driving instructor.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
I like him a lot. He was funny. Him and Borat were boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
You're my boyfriend.
He's like,
I'm your boyfriend.
No, I'm not your. Well, all right, I could be your boyfriend. He went through like a whole like.
He's like, do I go with
don't
it?
Don't fight it.
Yeah.
It's not even worth it.
Oh man.
Hey, don't look at me. Eat my tits. We'll make a right turn up here.
Don't look at me like that. I will eat your shit. You fucked my mother.
Hey, you can't
no,
do
he
that.
do before.
You
He look
can't
on
do
me.
that, okay? They're gonna throw us in jail, me with you.
Why you in jail? He look on me, la la la, behind.
You can't say that.
I like you. Do you like me?
I do like you.
You are my friend?
You're a nice young man, and I am your friend.
You will be my boyfriend.
Yeah, I won't be your boyfriend.
Why not? You do
Well,
not
I
like
can be
me?
your... Yeah, I can be. No, boyfriend, yeah, I can.
The rodeo is just amazing.
I like literally. I still can't believe that like the one shot that they got, the horse managed to collapse. It's like out of the entire thing, like that's what you want in your movie. That's like as soon as they got that shot, they must have been like, "Oh my god, we got it."
Yeah,
they kind of redo that for the second one, where he just like talks to a bunch of like people from the South about killing terrorists and try to like drive up like hate speech.
Yeah,
trying to get cheered for as much hate speech as possible.
I love just like going like, I love America and I support your war on terror and I want you to kill all the terrorists and bomb them so that they can't even have children. He's like just going like
more extreme. Yeah,
you see like how much are they willing to cheer for and like they really kind of
everyone
like,
in the country.
they really slow down near the end. They're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be cheering for these things anymore.
It's so good.
And he sings the national anthem in the style of the U.S.
That was so good.
National anthem.
And I kind of forgot about the rodeo guy before he does the speech.
Yeah.
Sure.
That guy is a bit too much.
The prostitute.
The dinner party.
The dinner party. We got
Where the
covered that.
We talked about it probably, but
Yeah.
man, watching that again, you're just like, oh,
It's so cringy. Just the poop in the bag is like, that's like got to be the worst. Like, guys, we're going to poop in a bag and bring it downstairs and see what happens. I don't want to be a part of this.
oh my gosh.
But Borat falls in love
He does.
with a non-Pamela.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. The lady of the night that he picks up, who I guess was an actress.
Yeah. She was in
The rodeo.
Other things
that he's done, or just
I don't know
general?
if it was like, I don't know if she was really a lot before Borat, but I've seen her in things since, and I was like, oh, I know her. I remember her.
That's a good point. I don't know either. I
Yeah.
felt she was hired, but I don't know what I'm really basing that off of, other than I also saw her in things after this
Yeah, I've
movie.
definitely seen her as an actress.
The Confederacy Antique Store.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where he broke all of that stuff.
Yeah, that's such a classic comedy bit. It's like,
man.
just being terrible at standing up is just
Like,
so funny.
Nathan For You does the same kind of
sure.
bit in one of his episodes where he's tries to convince drunk people to come to an antique shop.
Yeah, to break as much as possible.
But then
to
they're
get
like,
insurance.
let's make all the aisles really narrow so that it's hard to not break something.
But he breaks so much.
But he's like doing like
Confederacy
the whole
stuff.
banana peel slip
Yeah.
thing. He's like slipping on
Very
plates that
obviously.
he broke and then
Mhm.
slipping more on plates that were broke.
Taking stuff down more and more. And he has to pay that money. And then his manager comes out and, pays it.
Sure. So it's like this movie is primarily just like slapstick. It's nudity. It's things that are taboo.
Andy,
It's like all the things.
Do you believe that there were real balls on his face now?
I do.
Yeah, because I know you were skeptical of part one.
Oh, was I?
You were like, do you think he like really did that? I was
See,
like,
it's
those
been
were
so
real
long
balls.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
but then,
1 week ago.
But then when I was looking at it,
Oh.
I
when you
was
were
like,
studying
those
it
balls
intensely.
are so close
Since
to
you
his
had seen
face.
it.
Yeah.
And he's like making
He's like,
a very terrible face right now. So it's most likely, yeah.
My version was censored. I think there was.
What?
I think there's an unrated version out there that
Well,
I didn't
his
get to
penis
watch.
is censored for sure.
I thought that was not censored later in the unrated version. I thought you do see some.
I would assume if it's unrated, yeah, that they would.
I thought you do see a dong.
I don't know.
Maybe you don't see Borat's dong. I thought you saw more nudity though, for whatever reason.
I don't know.
I don't know either. They
I don't know.
They get into funny
Well,
like
because he
humping
shows his ding.
situations,
Doesn't he show his
but
ding dong in Bruno?
I didn't see
I
that.
never saw her.
Oh, are you guys serious?
I never saw it.
Okay, listen, guys. I went to the theater to watch Bruno.
I remember you going to the theater to
with
watch
some
Bruno.
friends, and there's literally one shot in that movie where it's a super close up of his dick swinging. And at the theater, it looks humongous.
Borat does have a bunch of photos of some male genitalia that he shows.
Yeah, he shows his son Huey Lewis, his son Belo, I think.
Yeah, a couple of sons.
Huey
brother
Lewis,
Belo.
which he's very his brother
Oh, yeah,
Belo.
yeah.
Brother Bilo.
His son Huey Lewis, who is very proud of how big his dick is. And he's showing it to the etiquette lady.
Yeah, very
who's like
nice.
coaching him through like right before he has the dinner party.
Yes.
And she's like, "Yeah, you probably shouldn't share these photos."
Oh my god, this movie's so funny.
And then I just have the church scene. We didn't really touch on that.
Yeah, the church scene is very pivotal too.
Yeah, it changes
That's
the third act. It like sets it into motion.
Because it's like all hope is lost.
Mm-hmm. He burns
His
the
manager's
CJ
gone.
picture. Yeah, he lights it on fire. He lights the Baywatch magazine, which I don't know if we talked about or not.
Yeah, to have some like warmth
Yeah.
over the night.
Yep.
But then he finds that he like woke up in front of a church.
Mhm.
And so he just goes in.
And he gets whatever that's called, exercised. I don't even know.
Indoctrinated.
Yeah, they give him the whole
Speaking in
hand on the
tongues and
head
all that.
tongue treatment, and he goes along with it.
Yep. And the guy next to him, I wasn't sure if the guy next to him was a plant or not.
Yeah, that's a good
Because
question.
the guy next to him starts doing the tongues first, but then he's also the guy that brings him up to the pastor.
I see.
So that's why I was like, maybe he was a plant
Could
to
be.
get
him in
get
there.
him in there. I don't know. It's possible.
Sure.
But the scene is crazy too.
It's
the
big.
people
It's a
like
big scene.
running around the actual church when they're like finishing up a song. Like one guy in jeans is literally running around the church, like holding his finger up, like yeah.
Do it, Jesus, like my sons.
Jesus loves your sons.
Do Jesus love my retard brother Bilo?
He loves your brother Bilo.
Do Jesus love my neighbor Nusultan Tuliakbay?
Yes, he loves everybody.
Nobody love my neighbor Nusultan Tuliakbay.
So after the church scene, he basically like recommits to going to find
Pamela.
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 Uh-huh.
and that he's going to make her his wife and all of that jazz.
He's gonna put his crumb in her vagine.
God. But I love when people replace specific words, but you still know with like a thing that's not a word. And it's like, but I still know what that is.
I was watching some old interviews of when he was doing the rounds for the movie, and they're still just so funny. Him in character in radio stations, like talking to comedians. It's like a blast.
That's like, oh man,
he's really
what a whirlwind of like
everyone in on the
career.
gag and
I mean, of course, like he was an actor and a comedian, and he had a show and everything, and he had a movie. But I mean, he's probably like just a British, actor at the time.
Yeah,
this
fairly small scale,
movie is like now you're worldwide.
Yeah, that's true.
This is like his breakout.
Yeah,
for sure.
Almost to a fault because all of his other movies that came after this did very bad in the money-wise.
I saw The Dictator,
Brothers Grimsey,
and it was
Dictator.
still funny overall. I still enjoyed it.
I was trying to watch it. I just kind of thought it was boring.
Yeah. I mean, maybe his shtick is more this like live thing that he's doing that's cringy, and he knows how to like lean into it.
Or he's just made for TV.
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, I've like his more serious roles
right
have been really good. I was actually really bummed when they announced that he left the Bohemian Rhapsody movie.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I think that would have been really good.
It's so funny. He left because he didn't want the second act of the movie to be about the other members of the band after Freddie Mercury, and then the movie ended up not being that anyway.
Yeah, there's
they wanted to. The rest of the band wanted to make it like the first part just Freddie Mercury, the rest of the part like what life was like afterward. Yeah. And he was like, nobody's gonna see that. Nobody wants to.
Nobody cares about those
but,
guys.
Like, nobody really wants to hear about that.
Oh, there's
so we're gonna do it anyway. It's like, okay,
so many
well,
problems
I'm
with
done.
that movie.
Oh man.
Yeah. What do you think actually happened at this kidnapping of Pamela Anderson? Because there were a lot of people there.
For a while, I thought there was like a double for her when they were running through the parking lot. But I do think it is really her. But it's kind of like shot from like far away. You only see her back and her hair.
Yeah.
So I thought that was like a second take or like an add-on scene. But I think that ended up being real.
What about the security guards too? Did they know?
They did not, apparently.
So how did they not catch them quicker?
I don't know.
By not being good at their jobs.
They do tackle him, and he just kind of like Pamela and him like run through the aisles or whatever.
But then they're even able to get into the parking lot.
They take him down. That looks pretty legit. But
it does look legit when they take him out.
Down,
oh man!
But it could also be like just do this for the movie. Like go as hard as you can. I'll just take it.
It could be. I don't know.
And it may have been a stunt lady running through.
That's it, yeah,
I'm
that's
not
true.
100%. But
that could have been a reshoot.
Could have been some reshoots. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Added some footage of just like running
called
away.
her back and like right afterward, we're like, hey, let's reshoot this.
Yeah. But that's the glory of Borat. You'll never know what's real and what isn't.
Yeah. It all blends together.
But you were right about those guys in that truck. They were just like too drunk.
Oh, the frat guys were so wasted.
Yeah.
They were wasted.
They didn't know what the hell they were saying.
And I got so annoyed by the one guy that was like, Borat. hey, Borat. He was like,
yeah.
I don't know. He was trying to fit in or something like that.
Yeah.
They just need that scene so they can watch the sex tape, and then Borat can have his downfall moment.
Yes. And how did they have the sex tape?
Borat
Everyone.
brought it.
He brought. Oh, I forgot about that.
He had it on DVD.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
It's my Pamela. She had a movie. Very nice. And they put it in and they watch it in the RV.
Oh,
and I like when they're all trying to comfort him. They're like, it's okay, man.
Just chicks, man. Get over it. You'll get over it.
There's more women out there, Borat.
And they're all kind of like schmucky. That last guy, like the last
drunk.
line, he was just like, "Don't ever let a woman make you who you are." I was like, dude, chill. Dude.
They were just too drunk. There's no way like they can be held responsible for what they were saying.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I do remember that they got I think they tried to sue.
They
did.
They definitely sued.
There was a lot of
people sued.
Yeah, and I guess like I don't know what the number ended up being. It was in the 90s, like 92 times like police got called on them during the making of the film.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works, like litigation wise. If you just like, it just settles out of court for like all the things, or
Yeah, it just pays whatever fines.
or just pays fines and just moves on, and just keeps getting fines, or like the production company gets fined. I don't know how that all ends up. It's kind of curious.
Right. Yeah.
I want to watch a movie about the behind the scenes law stuff that happens in movies.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
It's probably extremely boring.
Probably, but I'm kind of curious.
The thing about the law is that, like, if you file a suit,
well, they just
it's going to happen next
man.
year, and then they'll at that hearing, then they'll set the hearing for when they're having the actual court date.
Well, they just had the issue. WB had the problem where they put out the trailer for the Snyder Cut Justice League, and then they had to take it down because they forgot to get the rights to the music. And I was like,
that's
"You're
funny.
Warner Brothers. How did you miss that? What intern got fired because they didn't manage to do that? Like, what?
It's very funny.
That's ridiculous.
Oops.
Fire one of those brothers.
Yeah, right? Yeah, what about the Warner sister, though?
Dot? The Animaniacs? It's
Yeah.
coming back. I think it's out the end of the month.
I think it is.
Nice.
Nice.
We're not going to talk about that one, though.
Well, I can talk about it in my own podcast, I guess.
Ooh.
if
There
guys
you
wanna
go.
Listen to the Bradamaniac.
Bradamaniacs.
I've already subscribed.
10,000 Bradamaniacs is what it's called.
Oh, you just thought of that now?
Oh, wow.
I gotta register a domain real quick. Hold on. It's available.
I think you have plenty of time on that one. That's a very specific.
For whatever reason, that one
10,000 Brad Maniacs.
It's on discount.
I can't believe that one's taken.
I can't believe no one's charging like a ton of money for that one. What's
so
going
odd.
on?
I don't know. I guess.
I wonder how much it's worth. Oh, 2,000.
Do people remember the band 10,000 Maniacs? Do people remember that band? Is it just you and me?
Probably. What's the
I
one
don't know.
song that
I don't
they
know.
have?
I have no
How's
idea.
it go, though?
I'm not even gonna
How does it go?
hazard a guess.
Brad will just play it right here.
But it's a really good song, though.
It is. I mean, yeah, it's fine.
It's better than fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's like my childhood.
Well,
But that's it. That's Borat.
That's all we
That's
got
the
for Borat.
Borat.
It was a short and sweet
It's-
one.
Just go watch it
It's
again.
like an hour
It's
and
fun.
20 minutes. There's
It's
10
so
minutes
short.
of credits.
Get some
It's
people,
so
watch it
short.
with a couple
Yeah.
peeps. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, or don't. Just watch the second one.
Yeah, watch the second one. I've heard it's
You
better.
should watch the second one.
Yeah, more relevant.
I gotta go watch it right now, guys. I'm leaving.
You're
Bye.
about to fall asleep, I think.
Well,
I
that's
don't know. I
probably
don't
true,
think
too.
you're going to
That's
make
every
it.
time. It's daylight savings. I don't know what time it is anymore. It's black at like 4 p.m.
Who
now.
are you, my parents?
Getting old.
Thank you for joining us on that episode and every episode that you do. The next movie we're doing has the tagline, the music, the legend, the hostage situation. We remember Airheads.
I can't take that tape from you. If it's unsolicited, I can't touch it.
It's not easy to break into the music business. But these three guys...
What's your secret code? I can't tell you my code.
...just found a way.
You guys are a unsigned band, and you broke into the radio station to get your demo played on the air?
I just feel a little goofy with a water pistol.
They don't know it's a water pistol. They think it's real.
Oops. Look, all I want to do is be heard, and then we're out of here.
Okay, who are you guys?
My name's Pip.
The band. The band name.
Sorry about that.
Oh, man, look, the demo's wasted!
Well, what are we gonna do now?
Run!
Hello, police.
I'm surrounded.
I don't want to go to jail. I'm fragile.
Everybody on the floor right now.
Do you mind if I sit in a chair? I don't want to get all cruddy.
Yeah.
If she doesn't sit on the floor, I don't know why I have to.
Sit down! Everybody else gets to sit in a chair except for you. Is everybody okay in there?
He wants to know what your demands are for releasing the hostages.
What's he mean by hostages?
It's the inbreed.
We asked for a whole bunch of weird stuff. This way we can plead insanity later.
Number 13. Naked pictures of B. Arthur. Excuse me?
I think you're exceeding the maximum weight limit for that belt.
Is everybody having a good time tonight?
What are you thinking about?
Swimming pools.
He doesn't wear a helmet, does he?
You guys are crazy, man. Y'all are all woohoo.
It's a plastic gun!
A plastic gun!
Now what are you gonna do about that? Junk style.
Improvised. The Lone Rangers?
What's wrong with that?
Well, there's 3 of you. You're not exactly lone.
No idea what you're saying right now.
Airheads.
I cut a deal with them. We got to send one person out.
I'll go.
One of the hostages, doof.
Sorry.
The music made them do it.